You can eat all the blueberries and do all the sprinting you want. But if you think you can biohack your destiny in isolation, you are wrong. We often think of our environment as just the air we breathe or the food we eat. But biology defines environment differently. Your environment includes the tribe and the terrain, your social status, the safety of your home, and even the bacteria you share with your neighbors. These aren't just lifestyle factors. They are biological inputs that physically methylate your DNA. Today, in Episode 7, we are looking at social engineering. I'm going to show you a massive study from the Philippines that proves your childhood social life and your exposure to dirt programmed your immune system for life. And I'm going to show you how to hack those signals today. Let's look at the Cebu longitudinal study. Researchers tracked participants from birth into adulthood to see how their early social environment shaped their adult epigenome. They found that socioeconomic status, specifically how many assets a family had, left a molecular scar 20 years later. Low household assets in childhood predicted lower methylation of the C1s gene. Why does this matter? C1s regulates the complement system, a key part of your immune defense. The study showed that lower methylation at this site predicts higher overall inflammation in adulthood. Poverty wasn't just a financial state, it became a biological state of chronic inflammation. But it wasn't just money, it was connection. The study found that extended parental absence in childhood predicted significantly altered methylation in the EGR4 gene. EGR4 is a transcription factor that regulates cell proliferation and cytokine production. The emotional stress of separation was translated by the body into a long-term change in how the immune system is regulated. This proves that social threat is a biological toxin. If your genes perceive abandonment or scarcity, they program your hardware for a hostile world. Now, let's talk about the terrain. In the modern world, we are obsessed with being clean. We sanitize everything, but the Cebu study found that being too clean might be a software error. They tracked infants who had high exposure to animal feces and those born in the dry season, which is dustier and microbe-rich. You might think this is bad, but 20 years later, these dirty environments predicted specific methylation changes in the CD8A gene. CD8A is critical for your T cells. It helps your immune system recognize threats. The data suggests that this early microbial exposure trained the immune system. It's called the old friends hypothesis. Your genes expect to interact with the microbial world. When you strip that away with sterile environments, your immune software gets buggy and inflamed. Material exuberance requires a robust immune system. And a robust immune system requires input from the natural world. So, you can't change your childhood. You can't change whether your parents were around or if you played in the dirt. But you can engineer your environment today to send signals of safety and diversity to your genome. 1. Curate your tribe, the safety signal. Chronic social stress triggers the same inflammatory pathways as physical injury. To downregulate those stress genes, you need social safety. Surround yourself with people who signal connection rather than conflict. This is an epigenetic intervention. 2. Rewild your life, the microbial signal. Stop fearing the dirt. Get into nature. Eat fermented foods. Expose your system to the old friends. The Cebu data shows that season of birth and microbial exposure shape genes like IL-1A and PIK3C2B. You need to manually provide those inputs now. Your environment is not just where you live, it is who you are. By engineering your social and physical world, you stop the signals of scarcity and threat, and you turn on the signals of safety and growth. And speaking of time, in Episode 8, we are going to attempt the impossible. We are going to look at reversing the clock. I'm going to show you the Horvath clock, the the tool scientists use to measure the true age of your DNA. And I'm going to show you the clinical protocols that have actually reversed that number in human trials. I'm your host, Janani. This is Biohacking for Virtuous Life. Command your code.